An emphatic plea from a high-ranking SANDF officer earlier this year for politicians to address the issue of South Africa's borders.
I'm appealing to the politicians that are here that next time you sit down and debate, think whether you are protected or not. Because that grant that you're giving to the people out there, the education of your children and everything else will not materialize if you're not protected. I'm sure many of you will know that we are sharing our grants for the poor with people who are not supposed to share the grants. And that is because we are not protected. Our borders are porous.
Porous borders are a real threat to safety, especially for residents of border towns. Cross-border crimes, particularly stock theft along the border between Lesotho and South Africa, have risen sharply in recent years. There are 8 official ports of entry between the two countries, but the farmers' advocacy group Free State Agriculture says it has identified 64 illegal entry points that Lesotho nationals use to enter the country.
One of the main reasons is that there is no accessible 4x4 border road in the whole of the border. In some areas, like in the central northern part of the border, the official border road is about 4 to 5 kilometers from the border. It's not near the border. And in the southern sector, there's no border road, nothing. So then no operations, no high visibility of SANDF and SABC.
The 13 farming communities along the 480-kilometer stretch of the Lesotho border have all reported stock theft cases. She added that it's not the number of incidents that are a concern, but the number of animals. Just this week, a farmer reported that they had managed to recover 45 head of cattle that were heading to Lesotho.
If you look at how many Basutos are in the Free State and how many Basuto cattle are grazing in the Free State. Last year we did a survey. It's about 170,000 cattle, can be 300,000 that's grazing in the Free State. Every town in the Free State is 88 of them are complaining about the Basutos and the cattle. So we actually invaded already by Lesotho.
The border is patrolled by the South African National Defence Force, with SABC also present for crime prevention. Yet, the challenges persist.
When you look into the borderline between Free State and Lesotho, it stretches over 485 kilometers. For obvious reasons, you can't have at every kilometer a policeman or a SANDF or BMA official deployed. We raise challenges around the porous border. We have a strong belief that the parliamentarian will hear us and will mitigate those challenges.
The Border Management Authority is also part of safety and security efforts at the border. The regional commander has highlighted some challenges. He says they have received 150 million rand to procure modern technology that they will be using in the near future.
When it comes to the general situation within the Border Management Authority, the authority is severely understaffed, and I think I did highlight that out of the 11,000 plus personnel, staffing personnel that the PMA should be having now, we are only having just over 2,500 nationally, which highlights a shortfall of about 70%, and it creates a problem obviously for executing the mandate of the authority as it's supposed to be.
Parliament is intervening. A recent visit to the Lesotho border revealed severe capacity shortcomings, technological gaps and poor infrastructure at several border posts.
Again, the question of porous borders, where we are, it is scary because we found that many foreign nationals, they come through the borders and they then actually access services that must be assessed by South Africans. And again, as if that is not enough, they also now involved in subcontracting. We hear for the first time that they are dual citizenship. And we don't understand. We're going to meet the Home Affairs because apparently that is another department that falls within our portfolio. to find out how can a South African or a Lesotho national be a South African and Lesotho national at the same time.
Farming communities along the Lesotho border with the Free State say joint safety operations undertaken by the SANDF, SABC and other government entities are not really successful. Free State Agriculture has recommended to the provincial government that a road be built along the border to facilitate adequate patrols. It says the government should also consider erecting a fence along the border because there's nothing that physically prevents anyone from crossing the border. Kamogelo Siekwi, SABC News in Bloemfontein.